Back in September, one of you commented that you had just built a PC and you paid £93 for a 2 TB NVMe SSD, which is genuinely great timing because that same category of drive is now £200, and that's one of the cheaper ones. If you've watched my last two videos, you already know exactly where this is going. And I have to be honest, out of all of the numbers, this one might be the wildest of all three. So very quick recap for anyone that is new here. 2 weeks ago, I showed you that a $90 stick of RAM is now $370. Last week, I showed you that GPU prices are doing the exact same thing. Some cards are up by $100 to $200. Same root cause both times. AI data centers eating up global memory supply. Well, it turns out there is a third component in all of this that is being hit just as hard. And I said I'd come back to the numbers, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So here's where we actually are on storage as it stands right now. And I checked every one of these myself this week rather than trusting in an old screenshot. So Crucial's P310, 2 TB, £200. That's already more than double what that viewer paid in September. The WD Black SN 850X, same capacity, 320. Kingston's NV3 is actually on sale right now, down from 310 to 229.99. And even at that discounted price, it's more than double where 2 TB drives sat this time last year. And the Samsung 990 Pro, still one of the most popular drives out there, is 469. So depending on what you're after, you are looking at somewhere between roughly double and 5 times what a 2 TB drive cost less than a year ago. And here's a detail that's going to sound pretty familiar if you watched the RAM video I did a little while ago. So Micron, the company behind Crucial, didn't just quietly raise their prices. They wound down their entire consumer SSD business. And they did this to reallocate capacity to enterprise customers. So it's the same company, same move twice on two different product lines. Now, that to me is not just a coincidence. That is a calculated strategy. And if you want the number that actually explains why retail prices moved this violently, the raw NAND chips themselves, the actual memory inside every single SSD, went up roughly 8 to 9 times over on the spot market between October and March. Retail prices doubling or worse actually looks almost restrained next to that. Exact same thing hitting a third completely different component. Well, there are two things stacking on top of each other here. First up, it's the obvious one that we've touched on. AI data centers are buying enterprise SSDs at a scale that is genuinely quite hard to picture. Microsoft and Amazon were each reportedly buying over 500,000 SSDs a quarter last year, and that is just to feed AI clusters. Second, and this one genuinely did surprise me, there is a completely separate hard drive shortage happening at the moment. So at the exact same time, Western Digital's own CEO reportedly said on their February earnings call that they are, quote, pretty much sold out for the calendar year of 2026, with some customers already locked into supply deals stretching to 2028. Hard drive prices themselves are actually up an average of 46% since last September alone. Now, spinning hard drives and SSDs are genuinely quite different technology. So this isn't one shortage directly causing the other. It's that AI data centers are hungry enough to be draining two completely separate supply chains at once. So cheap hard drives for bulk, cost efficient storage, and fast SSDs for the high performance side. So, yeah, it's not one squeeze on your next drive, it's two from two different directions. And it's not just demand pulling the other way either, because Samsung and SK Hynix have both actually throttled back their own NAND wafer output over the last year itself. And I hope I'm saying this right, Kioxia and Western Digital's entire 2026 production is reportedly already sold out. So, on top of AI eating supply, some of the supply is being deliberately held back. To be clear, that is, in my view, a business decision, not automatically an illegal one. But it's worth knowing before we get into what's next. So, touching on fab capacity, yeah, it will take 2 to 3 years to actually come online. So, from what I've seen, and I've touched on this in other videos, most of that is already earmarked for enterprise and again, not us consumers. So realistically, we're not looking at a meaningful release before 2027 here either. So, by scenario, here's how I'd actually approach a storage purchase right now. So, if you're finishing a build that's already underway or your current drive is actually about to die, by now. There is no actual evidence or guarantee anywhere that waiting gets you a better price this current year. But if you're comparing Gen 4 versus Gen 5 drives, honestly, in my opinion, this is not the year to chase Gen 5 for the sake of it. The price gap between the two has widened, and unless you've got a specific workload that needs the extra bandwidth, a solid Gen 4 drive is the more sensible spend as it stands right now. If you want the full breakdown on whether Gen 5 is actually worth it, I have a dedicated video on this, so I will link it below for you. If you're stockpiling capacity, just in case, the same advice from the RAM video I did a little while back applies here. Buy what you actually need for this current build, because overbuying into a market that is still climbing doesn't save you money. It's just moving your spending earlier, basically. And exactly like I said with RAM, as scarcity increases, so does the counterfeit risk. So, fake and relabeled NAND is already a huge problem. And I've also made a whole video about detecting fake NVMe drives. So stick to retailers that you actually trust, especially whilst everyone is chasing a deal right now. Let's actually put the three of these components side by side, because I think that this is the bit that really matters to all of us the most. So RAM, it roughly quadrupled since last year. GPUs are up by a smaller but still quite painful margin depending on the card. And then we have SSDs that have more than doubled on some drives, and on others, it's worse than that. So we have three completely different components, three completely different supply chains on paper, and all three moving the same direction at the same time. So for me, whatever currency that you are counting in and however you spec your next build, that's not three unlucky components. For me, that's one story playing out three times. So here's my question today. It is a little bit different to last week. So out of the three, RAM, GPU, or SSD, which one has actually hit your build the hardest? Drop it below in the comments. I genuinely do want to see how this splits. And honestly, component prices are not even the only way that you're about to get talked into spending money on a PC that you don't actually need. Windows 10 has already hit end of life or end of support, as most of you know, and Microsoft's Windows 11 requirements, so TPM 2.0 specifically, are quietly pushing a lot of people towards buying an entirely new machine. So next time, I'm going to look at or dig into what's genuinely required, what can be completely bypassed, and whether your current PC is really as unsupported as Microsoft wants you to believe. So make sure that you are subscribed and you have notifications on for that one, because apparently the price crisis that we're all going through at the moment isn't even the only thing that's coming for your wallet right now. As always, thank you ever so much for taking the time to sit with me and discuss this topic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next build.